BBC4, minimum UK, BBC4, a year broadcasting, the nation's broadcasting network. Almost all my reported on this particular Occupy Jolobi. Now, in some more kind, you know, Osho video now, Yemba show say, now, and then cramming your voice message if US. The woman who both for so who was seeing any BBC say, youth no, imebu no, almost so many indeed, no matter house no may protest here. Now, Akuffo do order soldiers funny military say, bomb. It's BBC4 for you now, carry this particular kind of narrative. Emma me no kasi Akuffo do. That's why I shepa because I'm out for citing and say the guy is abusing human rights in Ghana. But for those of you who not watch the assets of the BBC, how they reported this, no, you can show video about.
For 3 days, the protesters have defied the rains, waving placards and national flags, among others.
Hundreds of demonstrators gathered in the Ghanaian capital Accra on Saturday for a third day of anti-government protests linked to economic hardship. Dozens have been arrested for defying a police order not to assemble. Daniel Dadsey has more.
So these are the scenes on the streets leading up to the seat of Ghana's government in the capital, Accra. For 3 days, the protesters have defied the rains, waving placards and national flags, among others. They decry the high cost of living and lack of jobs as they march under the watchful eye of riot police. The Occupy Julobi House demonstration began as a hashtag on X, formerly known as Twitter. On Thursday, police picked up 49 of these protesters for violating the Public Order Act and gathering unlawfully. Since then, these policemen have barricaded the streets leading up to that very presidential residency. But Democracy Hub GH, which organized this demonstration, has vowed to occupy that very premises.
Tell him! Don't we have right to demonstrate? Tell him! The average Ghanaian can't afford a 3 square meal. This is very, very dangerous to the whole country. We have cases among the age of 14, 15, who are now taking people's belongings just to survive. The government that doesn't care.
Now, Ghana's economy is facing its worst crisis in a generation with spiraling public debt. Growth is forecast to hit 1.5% this year, down from 3.1% in 2022. Government has sealed a 3-year, $3 billion IMF loan in May, but critics say they have done too little to help those who are most in need in this protracted downturn.
Hundreds of demonstrators gathered in the Ghanaian.
Mr. Collins, video sharing, there was a statement at BBC for interview boy Bako. Boy, they say, a command the amount for in Bofra as low as 13 years, teenagers, or master to young for needy. Mr. Collins, you can't claim, Miss Assam Diamantie. And also, they reported, say, demonstration a democracy hub, or mambo NDCD, or mambo NPP, or Musu, a mebunu. And I'm saying, Mr. Collins, you heard it yourself.
I heard it.
BBC reports was even right, and I said loopholes.
David. Let me make it clear. Let me make it clear to you.
Yeah.
Me, I've been with the BBC. You said let me hear you.
Okay.
But let me pick one staffs. Okay. BBC staff, news reporters, editors, other members have been. Look, I know BBC like my house. One person make a and say, "Sa BBC news na mutie and all." BBC Africa.
Okay.
It is a news. CNA. I'm not lying to you. This is BBC Africa. It is a news we know. I'm back BBC main so.
Okay.
Listen to me. This is BBC Africa. You will BBC India, BBC for more. All countries in everywhere no, they have their branch over there. And this is the BBC News Africa. It is a news will embedu UK. It's not in the UK BBC public domain.
I see.
Yeah, Mamo ma amanfo deceive mo.
Nti asem amanfo ka say BBC for report na BBC for expose Akuffo
BBC Africa. Dana it's a BBC Africa. Enye BBC World. Listen. Make offer a woman be or a news reporter. Who tell me? Ena me be say woman say be African but anytime one make news they don't African news one can African news.
Okay.
What you say?
Yeah.
My mina small catch them say unless you say I say ma serious
Like election and I say be president Beu.
yes. Yes, and then on Becca. But African problem is not there, it's not part of them. Ena ade ba kun so a me pese woti ase ni say.
Okay.
Yen krom Ghana no wo ho. Yen krom Ghana. Ena yema asem bia na ida beto a public domain.
Okay.
Nana being a BBC, CNN, Al Jazeera, all the international media sini na no ho. Wo news a wo de beba abonten no. Ana asem si na wo pese wo ma news a ho.
Yeah.
Wo print wi a wo date the news no. Inti ne wo pese ebeye public domain no wo nka. Tieniye.
Okay.
Yen krom nko a Africa nko a ne news bia besi wo mani mu no.
Yeah, ka.
Yen auditing. Eka. That's our problem.
Okay.
Inti sa asem we a woko BBC yi me hwe but me na emboda me because I know say ebedu krom ha no na wo mo kan wo BBC news a wo ho tieniye wo mo kan BBC news a enka Ghana fo a wo ho yina nka obi abeti bi but we no BBC Africa.
But Mr. Kwame
listen to me.
Mr. Kwame say BBC Africa crown on beka say still na egu Akuffo ado ina say no mo kasa say oman ni mu nkoda kra wi ade ni ade no. What do you think is
the reason I make us say say about BBC News dia wo ho eno nka Econ International bank obi abeti bi but this is BBC Africa. Although ni say wo mu logo ni be ba say BBC News but it's BBC Africa. Me na make a kire obi a oyen o me challenge me.
Okay, na Mr. Collins message no mu put it out say ewiase dey kan no cry baako me nam akra ha emobi nkan chem say comedy abofra ma bofra asati wi ade ba branding say mo ka say e comedy nkofo ama isi mbofra kra wi ade
na ya propaganda. Me say ni na ya propaganda. That's Ghana for you.
But BBC for report almost see democracy helpful na organize demonstration no enye obi a mebu no ma back together.
It's not true because me say everything now is a planting.
Okay.
Everything is a planting. Inti na mama amanfo ndisi wo Ghana ho.
Okay.
Hwe Sanyo me nana listen to me as far me can tini
Nti opa.
Sansema esisi wo Ghana ho.
Yeah.
The government they know in and out of everything. Inti na abano sometimes bother about it
Nti hu say kojo point kuma obi kura ba be kasa afa ho.
Yeah, because the government know what is happening. That's why they don't even bother to waste their time to come and say anything about it. Most of them call demonstration who are more right to go to demonstration. But at the end of the day, why am I demonstration? And so what?
I see.
Are you listening to me?
Me too, Now, Mr. Collins, there's a particular video, so I'm a person video. Mr. Collins, very, very serious. Ebe ma wa understand exactly